Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Vancouver Public Space Network, I would like to welcome you all and thank you for coming to Last Candidate Standing 2014. My name is Paula Qualitza, and I'm the chair of the Vancouver Public Space Network. For those of you that don't know, the VPSN was founded in 2006 and undertakes advocacy, education, and outreach pertaining to Vancouver's public spaces. And, as you can see by this event, issues of urban democracy are central to much of our work. We are a nonpartisan, all-volunteer organization, and we also publish an occasional publication, a glossy magazine called Publicity, that you can purchase for donation, so maybe not purchase, and support the cause, and you can grab them just at the entrance to the theater up the stairs on your way out. Before we get underway, I'd like to acknowledge our presence on Coast Salish territory. This is an especially important thing to keep in mind today when we are discussing issues related to the governance of our city, Vancouver. I would also like to thank and acknowledge our amazing sponsors, as we have SFU's Van City Office of Community Engagement and the Urbanarium Society, both mouthfuls. But this event was brought to you with their support. So I'd like to acknowledge them. And, where'd they go? Save some of that applause for our band, the new Shackletons, who aren't on stage anymore. And they will be joining us throughout the evening with some great tunes, and don't be afraid to get up and dance, as I saw some people already were doing. That's fantastic. All right, so this is the third time that the VPSN has held a Last Candidate Standing event preceding a municipal election. The reason we do this event is because we're a little tired of the old debate format, and we want to have a little bit of fun with it. As well, we like to take the opportunity and invite every single candidate that is running for mayor or council, as we feel they should all have a chance to share the stage and show us what they've got. So thank you to all the candidates who are here today. So yeah, we've got, I believe, just about 30 candidates who have showed up on time. But that's the reason you're here today, so I'll stop talking shortly. And I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Mark Bussey. Mark Bussey is a design professional, activist, and food fanatic, we call them. A food fanatic. He's the managing director of one of the city's great design firms called Industrial Brand, which he co-founded a few years back. Some of you might actually know him as the host of Creative Mornings Vancouver, where he gets the creative community up early in the morning to learn and network and connect over breakfast. So, we're delighted he's our host today, and without further ado, Mark Bussey.
They asked me, thank you. They asked me, hey Mark, you have a song? Somehow Go for Soda by Kim Mitchell, which clearly dates me, came out of my mouth. Okay, welcome. Thank you for coming out. I'm really glad to see you all here. I think it's important we do this sort of thing. We are going to get started right away. I see some empty seats. Speaking of being on time, I guess there's some of the candidates aren't here. I wonder if they're all stuck on the 99B line. They'll come an hour from now. Yeah. Weren't the New Shackletons great? Another round of applause for them. They call themselves Rebel Country, which I think is pretty cool. An Englishman singing country music. And speaking of English music, if you Google them, you might come across a Duran Duran cover they do of Hungry Like a Wolf. That's pretty cool, right? Country, Hungry Like a Wolf. Okay, let's get on with it. I'm going to explain the rules a little bit to you today. It's not super complicated. We're going to do 3 rounds. And in the first round, we're going to have all of the candidates' names placed in this drum. And my friend Adam here is going to spin the drum, and we're going to pull sets of 3 who are going to join me on stage. Props are allowed, creativity is encouraged. Go as wacky as you'd like, but you're going to get 60 seconds to answer the questions. If you go over 60 seconds, my friend Kathy, who is a certified sound practitioner, and seriously, and the founder of the Soul of Sound, will be making this noise. Hello, Kathy. Now, that's a lovely version of a gong sound, but does that remind you of anything, those of you who remember the 70s?
I was in the gong show and I got gonged.
For real?
Yes.
That's strange and awesome. So, in the spirit of the gong show, we're going to be doing some gonging. If you finish on time, we'll spare you the gong. For the first little bit, we're going to have our panelists pick the winners of each. 2 people will go through, 1 will fall away throughout each one. If there's a tie, we're going to turn to you folks. We're going to ask you to help us decide who gave the best answers. Okay? So before we get started, let's introduce the panel of inquisitors. We have 3 people joining us today, and I'll let the guys enter now. This is their theme song. Jackie Wong works as a writer, an editor, and a writing instructor. She works as the editor of Megaphone magazine, a monthly magazine sold in Vancouver and Victoria. And her reporting on housing, homelessness, culture, and civic issues has been featured in a variety of publications. Next, John Woodward is a multiple award-winning reporter for CTV News, Vancouver. Since joining CTV in 2007, he has covered many of the province's major stories. And lastly, Emily Jackson, a reporter for Metro Vancouver, where she covers the City Hall beat, previously reporting for the Toronto Star, the Globe and Mail, and the Vancouver Sun. Okay, so let's get started. A quick recap. Candidates, 3 at a time. 60 seconds, or the gong. A quick rule for you guys, actually. We want to have fun today, but this is actually serious business, right? This is politics. I hope this is sort of, it needs to go without saying, but we really want to give everyone a chance to speak. So as the speakers are answering their questions, please give them the space to answer their question. Give them the room, no heckling, let them have their it's only 60 seconds, folks. Okay, do we agree? Yes. Do we agree? Yes. Are you excited? Yes. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you sure? You can give them the hard stuff?
Tough
Are you
questions.
guys ready? Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's have the first list of candidates. I'm going to switch over to my other microphone. Hello, hello. Okay, oh, one other thing, folks, I meant to mention. Simultaneously today here at SFU is a taiko drumming event around the corner. That's not another theme song. So if you hear a low rumble, that drama we'll pretend it's on purpose. It was for added dramatic effect, okay? All right, so let's start. May I have on stage with me, please, Melissa DiGenova, Colin Chandler, and Rick Orser. Okay. The first question, please.
We're going to start this off with an incredibly serious question. Try as we might, Vancouver still has a reputation of being a no-fun city. What would you do to try to shake that reputation?
You ready?
Begin the timer.
Hi, everyone. Hello, my name is Colin Chandler, and I am an independent candidate for mayor for this November. No fun city. I have to tell you the truth, and I think that I would actually turn that over to my partner, Cameron, who is, he's in charge of fun in my work business. But actually, there's a lot of things that are already happening within the city that are changing it from being a no-fun city to a fun city. It's nice to hear Beer Club on the Peak in the afternoons. That's a huge change. I think we're already headed in the right direction, and we're shedding that reputation. It's just going to take a little bit of time for the rest of the world to catch up to us.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up. And my name is Rick Orser with the Idea Party this time, as I'm running as an independent last time. I was first on the list last time for answering questions. So I'll keep it short and sweet this time. No fun city, that's definitely a problem for Vancouver. I'd change that. First of all, I don't know exactly who has been advocating the idea of a New Year's Eve party. I think that's something we should have, not just the East Coast. I'm just tired of just watching TV and seeing the East Coast celebrate, something that happened 3 hours ago. We should have a New Year's Eve in Vancouver. Why not? We've had it before, and I think we can do it again. And that's my idea for trying to change our image, as far as no fun city. We had the Olympics here. That went well. Why not have a New Year's Eve party? Thank you very much.
Well, I have a few ideas, but I have to be quick. First of all, I'd like to say that I very much support the idea of a New Year's Eve celebration. And I know that Councillor George Affleck, who's sitting right over there, actually brought that to City Council. Also, I'm having a lot of fun in this city, so maybe I just need to invite you all over to my house. But also, at Park Board, as a Park Board Commissioner, I just put forward a motion for a Valentine's train. So I think it's just having more fun in our city and making sure people know about the celebrations, offering free shuttles, going out to the Punjabi market, going out to Chinatown. We all need to enjoy our city. We just have to figure out how we can promote that. Thanks so much.
Thanks, folks. So now what's happening is we have a tabulator. Each of the panelists have made their decisions, and the tabulator is doing fancy math and quickly figuring out what time and what we should all bring to Melissa's house for the party. Suppose I should tell a joke or something. This apparently takes a while. Have you heard, speaking of burning issues, have you heard that in Squamish, and I'm not kidding, there's a candidate running for re-election who is a stuntman, has sworn absolutely to set himself on fire if they have more voter turnout than last year? Isn't it refreshing? A politician who's finally willing to hold his own feet to the fire? Yeah, gong. That should have been a gong right there. I'm very excited to announce the first two people to move on to the next phase, Melissa and Rick. Congratulations. Okay, next round. Here we go. To the stage, may I invite Anthony Guitar. That's a cool name. Right on. Charisse Kaur-Kaiser, who's on the Gong Show. Yep, Kaur-Kaiser. And Jeremy Gustafson. Jeremy, to the stage. Thanks, guys. Best of luck. We're going to start the timers after the question begins, and you step to the microphone. Okay.
All right, guys. Transit and the new subway line is a big issue in this election, which I find a bit strange because there's not that much the city itself can do about that. So name 3 things you would do concretely to get a new subway line going.
Just want to say what a great looking crowd this is, by far and away the best looking crowd out of any candidates meeting I've been to so far. I guess I pledge to be accountable to the people, but to tell you the truth, I'm completely opposed to a Broadway subway line. I think $3 billion, it's too much money. I'm completely drinking Patrick Condon's Kool-Aid, and I think that sort of money can blanket the entire city that will serve everybody, not just West Broadway with electric streetcars. I'd also like to see, I'm going to go to the Gongos. I'd also like to see a little bit of effort put in so we have a complete bicycle grid and not all these dead ends here and there, and I think we need to put some more effort into walking infrastructure to encourage people to walk. It might be as simple as just patching up a few sidewalks. That's not a minute yet? I'd also like to say what an honor it is to be in front of such an esteemed panel. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Hi everyone, I'm Anthony Guitar and I'm running independent for City Council. I have to agree with Jeremy and go against the Broadway subway. I would go look at the parks for the pet owners and the senior centers and look at more bikes and pathways.
I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I would abolish the subway. I am genetically the blue blood Illuminati. My grandfather, one of Stalin's top generals. My mom, ultra strict Dutch Calvinist. I grew up masters of theology, the most disciplined, obedient person to a system that's made up of engineered consent. It's totally corrupt, and I have awakened everyone's wild because everyone's breath is all alive. Your breath is your spirit, your wind, your ruah, and it never dies, and everyone's wild, electrocutes me with a gazillion jolts. We've started the age of Aquarius. It bursts in the seat of your soul, between your nipples and your core. Boys, too, they have an inner vortex. Everyone is waking up in their interdimensional, multidimensional.
That was awesome. Okay, so we're gonna two things. I'm gonna bring up the next speakers right now. You guys want to sit down? I'll announce who the winner is in a second. Thank you very much. And can you pass me that for a second? My friend Adam here has a sign that I think any of you who are drivers in Vancouver might be familiar with. This actually we're showing to the candidates when they have about 5 seconds left. So this actually doesn't mean slow down. It kind of means the opposite. Speed the hell up and wrap it up. And this is the cue to Kathy to gong the hell out of them and get them off stage. So you're doing a great job, Adam. Can I have the next 3 speakers? Okay, the next 3 who are going to join us. Wow, we have a winner. Here we go. Anthony Guitar, congratulations. You're through. And Charisse Kauer-Kaiser, you are through. Congratulations. Nope, you're going to get a gong. Give her a gong. Gonged. Okay, next up, Maynard Aubuchon. Please come to the stage. Join me, please. Ludwig Skadlicki. Please join me. Where's Ludwig? Thank you. And Glenn Chernin. Please join us on stage.
Okay, so
Some people think about San Francisco as sort of like a twin city of Vancouver, but maybe with some future-oriented warnings, because just like Vancouver and San Francisco, there's a really diverse cultural fabric, there's a really rich LGBTQ community, there's also a rental housing affordability crisis and a tech boom. And at the same time, San Francisco has the fewest children per capita of all American cities, and some think it's because of the exorbitant rental rates in San Francisco. And so my question for you is, what's one thing we can do to make Vancouver more friendly for people with children?
My name is Ludwig Skalitsky. I'm running as an independent. And basically, my idea for growth for the children and everything else is considering that majority of the people are basically low or middle income to incorporate like for housing, for low and middle income, if they're in apartment buildings and everything else, to produce some sort of daycare centers in which it's feasible and affordable for those families in order for them to produce more jobs or to continue working and better health for the children with the food security for their education and so forth. Thanks. Okay.
Hello, my name is Glenn Chernin. I'm running with the Vancouver Cedar Party for a council spot. Well, to make things more affordable for families and encourage affordability would be to take the power away from developers, put the people in charge, listen to the communities, and take the wealth from the developers, not entirely like Robin Hood, but if they want to build these high-rises, we need to extract our piece so we can do things like encourage the construction, building of rental housing. Rental housing not only from private sources, but built with the City of Vancouver as a partner constructing these. We need to make the city, we need to extract enough money. If they want to build the high-rises, we need to extract the right amount of money from the amenity fees to make the city a stronger city. Thank you.
Hey there. So it's part culture, part art. I'm going to do a 30-second spin, and then 15 seconds I'm going to do a little rap in a band called Spot. First of all, we're going to open libraries from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. What we should do to promote families, I'd say reduce property taxes, and Nick's Copes Wong's idea to bring back the carbon tax. I'm all about mayors running, but man, she's trying to reintroduce the carbon tax. They don't want to pay for that. They don't even take the SkyTrain. I live in West Point Grey for like 11 years. And I'll reduce property taxes for pro-pot businesses and raise property taxes 1% on the rest of them. I'm really pro-pot. You know, if you've got a record for pot and prostitute, you guys are paying for the crime bill. It's not a crime, you know, it's no longer a crime, federally or otherwise. And vote for Mayor Maynard. We're on SoundCloud. Okay, how many seconds do I got left? Anyways, whatever, we're good. Okay, I'm alive again. More alive than I have been in my whole entire life I can. See these people.
That was the gong.
I've been as fast as the pin. A little bit sicker than most.
Well done. Well done. Okay. Thank you guys. Take your seats and we'll announce the winner in a second. Next three. Thank you very much. If I could just remind all of the speakers, it is very important to sort of stand as close to the mic as possible. And say who you are. That's a good one. Thank you. Yeah. There you go. Who are you and who do you run? Do you guys want to do this or what? Yes, somebody wants to do it. Okay. All right. How are we doing? The next three speakers are Adrian Carr, Jeff Hill. Where's Jeff? We're missing Jeff. Might need a substitution for Jeff. And Nikki Sharma. Jeff's still on the B line. Thank you. Gail Gavin, please.
No, it's just great.
No, it's pretty awesome. Thank you. We have a tie. Oh, this is exciting. Stay there. Okay, so. So we have a tie. And here's how this goes with a tie. Anybody recognize that? It's a sound meter. It's a decibel meter. So I'm going to reset it. And who are our two candidates that are tied?
Glenn and Maynard.
Glenn and Maynard. Glenn was the Cedar Party, and Maynard was the rapper. Okay, Cedar Party and rapper party guy. I don't know, pot guy. Okay, Cedar Party guy, go. Pot guy, go. Pot guy. So our winners are Maynard and Ludwig. You guys are through. Okay. Thank you very much. That was fun. I have always wanted to do that. Adrian, Nikki, and Gail, you're up. Your question.
All right, so when it comes to new developments in Vancouver, especially tall towers, you hear a lot of, I'm not against development, but don't build it near me. How would you stop this rampant NIMBYism that seems to be happening in Vancouver?
Well, it's not NIMBYism. My name is Adrienne Carr. I'm Vancouver's first Green Party councillor, and hopefully the first of 3 in the next election, this November 15th. I don't believe that residents are being NIMBYs when they say, not in my neighborhood. I think they have a right to say what kind of development, what kind of form of development, and how much density there is in their neighborhood. And we all together, as a city, should have a plan that is a citywide comprehensive plan. We haven't had one since 1928. And decide on those big issues like how much development, where it's going to be spread, how we're going to meet citywide goals. But in the citizens' own neighborhoods, it should be the people saying, if we want to accept density at 3 stories or 4 stories, and that wonderful Dr. Patrick Collins says that can happen, 3 or 4 stories can get you as much density as those towers. And if that's the way people want to develop in their neighborhood, City Council should say, yay to them, let's do it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nikki Sharma, running for City Council. Great question. I think that the way we do that is community plans. You need to engage the neighborhood to figure out where they want to see more density, where they want to see green space, where they want to see higher towers, and where they want to see low rises. And that's a really great way to get people involved and engaged and figure out how we want growth to happen in Vancouver. The great thing is a lot of people want to live here. We have a very vibrant, diverse culture and diverse group of people that are coming into the city. And they all need to we need to hear all their voices and figure out where they want to see the high rises and where they want to see everything else. So yeah, there you go. Did I finish that in time? I'm usually very concise with answers. So there you go. I feel like I need to talk until the thing goes. Like, yeah. All right.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes. Good. I'm Gail Gavin. I'm running for council for Cope. High-rise towers. Our policy is we would put a moratorium on high-rise towers in single-family neighborhoods. Why? Because there's already community plans. And guess what? There's no high-rise towers in them, except for the last floor where Vision and the planning department has snuck some in. NIMBYism. The communities are ready to accept social housing. They are ready to accept people who need extra support. They just want the support to be there for them. So I don't see that there is a problem. All we have to do is get back to the community plans and listen to the community. And there's already been a negotiation that took place. And then at the last minute, guess what? Somebody decided that it shouldn't go away the way it was agreed. Thank you.
Two things. You three are beautiful. They were all wonderful answers, and we have to let her do some gonging. You're all so concise. Cheapers. Kathy's like, she's like, I'm gonna do this. Okay, our next three speakers, just give me 1 second. Thank you very much. If you guys want to head to your seats, we're gonna do this. The next three speakers we're gonna have on stage are David Angus, who's an independent, Nicholas Chernin from Cedar, and RJ Aquino from One City. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Can I get you anything?
More water?
A cocktail? I got you your water. I expect a tip. Here's your next ones. How about a hand for our tabulator? She's under pressure right now. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Good to go? Okay. We're not. Crowd selfie. I think that's called a self-we. Are we tied again?
No, I messed it up.
We're having trouble. Okay, let's begin. We're going to circle back on that one. Let's go ahead and start with the question.
Okay, so Vancouver has a taxi system that operates a little differently than the free market. There's taxi caps, which means that on weekends, by the industry's own numbers, hundreds of people are left waiting for half an hour or longer, or simply don't get a cab at all. On the other hand, you've got Uber, a multi-billion-dollar tech app that wants to come into the city, though there are some concerns. It would solve the supply problem, but there are some concerns about safety and insurance. So what's your plan to solve the transportation problem?
Hi, my name is Dave Angus. I'm independent, and these lights are bright. Shows you how cheap things are made nowadays, eh? Well, I think a lot of the problem there with the transportation really starts with the bus system and the rest of that transit there that makes people need to have more cabs in the first place. I think if we fix that, a lot of the other things will just fall in place. And until I know more about what's going on all the rest of it, I can't really make any other suggestions for that.
Let's go in the... Just go in the order that I called your names, so he's next. In the order I call your names.
Sorry, RJ. My name is Nicholas Chernin, and I'm running for council with the Cedar Party. Let's see, how do we attack this? Right now, there's unlimited campaign donations in the City of Vancouver, and at the last fundraiser the Vision Party just had, one of the groups sitting at the table was a taxi company. So I think we need to put finance limits, campaign donation limits, so we can't have the kind of influence that directs our transportation plans. Neighborhoods and communities need to influence how we plan our transportation system. As far as a system like Uber, why not? I've been sitting in the rain, standing in the rain at 4 in the morning waiting for a cab, and we can do much better when we restrict other companies for pickups here in Vancouver. That doesn't work either. So there's a lot of ways that we can be creative to address this one specific solution.
That is an itchy gong trigger finger. Hi, everybody. I'm RJ Aquino. I'm the first candidate running for One City. Thanks, Mom. So taxis. Yeah, I've been in the same situation, staying out in the rain after a long night of reading. And Uber sounds great in theory, but like I've read in a lot of places that it can be problematic, especially when it comes to passenger safety and just sort of getting those drivers accountable for the work that they do. What we really need is better transit across the entire city, across all neighborhoods, more buses. We can't just focus on one area of the city, and the availability of transit across the entire city is what would alleviate those the shortage of cabs and Uber drivers, and I'm going to stop.
That was close. So close. Okay, begin tabulating. I'm proud to announce the winners of the last round are Gail Gavin, congratulations, and Adrian Carr. Okay, and gentlemen, if you would take your seat, those were great. Thank you very much for your input. So, while we tabulate the scores of this one, I have another bit of a surprise for you. The house lights can come up. Did they just come up? Or did I just imagine that? Am I having flashbacks? Okay. Sound effect, please. It's time for our daily double! That was my game show host voice. I'm looking for Aaron Lau. Is Aaron Lau in the audience? Over there. I'm going to come up here. I need speakers. I need candidates is what I need. Stay there, Aaron. Aaron is, so what we did, we had a conversation as a group and we decided that we wanted to have some more engagement with the audience. This is a very fourth wall stage audience kind of scenario, but we wanted you guys to participate. So we put some calls out and got some questions from some of you, and we're randomly picking one. You're first up. Our speakers that are our candidates that you're gonna ask are Jesse Joel from Vancouver First, Andrea Reimer from Vision, and Audrey Siegel from COPE. Help me pronounce that.
Sklemtenot.
Sklemtenot. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, Andrew, here I come. Or is it Aaron? Aaron, here I come. Now I'm Merv Griffin.
Hi, my question for you is, which one of your opponent's policies would you implement?
Which one of your opponent's policies would you implement? Great question, Aaron.
Since I came up with this idea a long time ago, but Glenn came out with it first publicly, I would implement the Office of the Ombudsman and Public Advocate and Lobbyist Registry immediately, because this city is out of control and the people running it seem to be in bed with everybody else except the people of the city. Cheers.
Wait, stop, hold on. Did you just say that you wanted to get in bed with the city?
If I could.
Okay, good. We're good.
Thanks. My name's Andrea Reimer. I'm running for re-election for City Council. I wanted to offer thanks to the Public Spaces Network and SFU Urban Studies and the Urbanarium for hosting this. It's the only time in my life that I ever regret not taking drama in high school when this event happens. I think there's been, one of the best things about an election campaign for candidates is that we get to sit through a lot of our all candidates meetings like this and hear really amazing ideas from different candidates about what motivated them to get into public office. I've heard great ideas from COPE around how they're going to deal with childcare and housing and bus in the city. I've heard the Hot Pink campaign. I know they're not candidates, but raising very important issues in this election. The Green Party, of course, we've worked with on council, on environmental policy, and then different ideas from neighborhoods around the city. And I don't think the source is what should determine whether you put in a policy. It's whether or not it's the right one for a community and for the city.
Sklemtenot Konisqui, Tinitsanat Humasquium, and as part of my work that I do within my culture at Musqueam, I would like to just take a second to, because I am from Musqueam, to say a Mitsep Quatquilam, a Tanash with Musqueamash Tamoch Tana Whale. Welcome to the traditional unceded Musqueam lands. It gives me feelings of great joy to see you all here today, that we're all participating. Hopefully with open minds and hearts, it means a lot to me. Now to my answer. The $15 living minimum wage is a good place to start because it affects the cross-section of people that I know. It affects so many different people. It affects the parents. It affects all the working people of the city, and this really is who the city is misrepresenting in a lot of ways. So to start turning that around and representing the people who have formerly been misrepresented, unrepresented, or like me, completely not represented. So $15 minimum wage. Haitsapka.
Thank you. I so wish that I could speak some First Nations language. I don't think my mouth, I would love to learn, because I don't think my mouth could make those
I'll teach you
sounds.
something easy. Antha.
That would be, what?
Antha.
Antha?
And then your name.
Mark.
Antha Mark. That's my name. I am Mark.
Antha Mark. I'm now so in, I'm in. The winners, I'm proud to announce, of the last round were Nicholas Chernin and the entertaining RJ Aquino. Okay. Go ahead and take your seats. That's great. Thanks very much. We're doing some calculations now. We are wrapping up round one, which means I would like to invite the wonderful, thanks Kathy, you can sit down. Although, can you do me a favor? My back is really hurting. Can you give it one good, you think I'm just being a jackass. That really feels good. So Kathy does something with singing bowls and a number of tuned gongs in her sound spa thing that's called a gong bath, which I encourage you to talk to her about. It's very, very interesting. So we're gonna take a break. The band, I believe, can return to the stage and set up. Come on back, guys. And we're gonna have them play while we reset for round two, yes? We have two more? Do we? Okay, we're gonna do one more, or we're gonna do another round. Yep. That round and another one. Okay, good. Let's do that then. Okay, if I could have, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get set up. We're gonna do another round here. Just be ready. Be ready to entertain and be awesome. If I could ask Bob Casting, an independent. Mike Hansen, another independent. And George, if you could join us. George Affleck from MPA. This is for you. Thank you. And I can announce our winners before we proceed. Shall I do that, guys? Sure, go for it. Andrea Reimer proceeds to the next round, and Jesse Joel as well. Congratulations. Take it away.
Okay, so my question is about the thorny jungle of public consultation. And I'm curious about whether you think the current city government is doing a good job of empowering citizens to feel as though their perspectives are being taken seriously.
No.
You have some time to expand
Have I got
on
any
that.
time left?
There's still 60 seconds.
Okay. Really, no.
Do I get his 20 seconds, the extra there? I'll tell you one thing.
Actually, I'm going to transfer some of my zoning.
Yeah. I will tell you that gong would come in handy for me in council the last 2 years. Consultation, I mean, as an opposition person in the last 3 years, has been very challenging. Just as a person sitting as an elected person, to be heard and listened to by my fellow councillors has been a challenge, and not to mention the disrespect that they have for the people. It's been very, very frustrating, and so I think listening and letting people in the city speak and actually hearing what they say is crucial. So let's start doing that, and things will change. Thank you.
My name is Mike Hansen. I'm an independent candidate, and I'm running for the voters. This is right up my alley. Part of my plan as mayor, if elected, I will swear an oath to the voters. That makes the voters my counselors. They'll counsel me on every issue that's brought to the table with plebiscites. We have a councillor or a candidate for mayor that's talking about spending $1 million on an ombudsperson in a 6-year position. I'm sure he's got a friend all lined up for the job. Well, under my plan, we'll have 10 ombudspersons. The ex-councillors, seeing how I'm counseled by the voters, will be the ombudspersons, and they'll be able to support the citizens and the voters' best interest. It's all about accountability. I want to run Vancouver like the billion-dollar corporation it is. Taxpayers and shareholders have similar responsibilities and ideas. They want to know where their money's being spent. Accountability and transparency. Mike Hansen.
Okay. While we tabulate, we're going to do another round, and then we have another one after that. Okay. May I welcome Mark Boyer to the stage, please, who is an independent. Rob McDowell from NPA. And Sid Chow Tan from COPE, please.
My turn. All right, so despite efforts, the number of people sleeping on Vancouver's streets doubled this year. How would you help to solve homelessness?
First, my name is Mark Boyer. I'm running as an independent, but I'm party whip for the Marijuana Party of Canada. And homelessness is a great issue in this town. We just tore down Offenheimer Park and offered no alternatives. Okay, people are willing to sleep in a tent instead of a cockroach-infested slime ball rental unit that's $325. Rents need to go up. The allowable rents that welfare pays, bring it up to like $600, and all of a sudden people could afford to rent to people that are not in sleaze bags, okay? The city has to put up some place where someone who wants to live in a tent can. The city is wash of open land. Why doesn't it not use it to accommodate homeless people, okay? The homeless are not the enemy. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Rob McDowell. I'm running for City Council with the MPA. I think the biggest issue around homelessness that I can see is the amount of broken promises that are provided to homeless people. I think the issue is we need to talk to different levels of government and make sure there's a cooperative arrangement moving forward. The 14 hotels that are still being renovated now were negotiated during our time, the last time we were in power, negotiated with the provincial government. I think we need to re-engage them. I think we need to have a real conversation with the federal government so that both levels of government step up and do what they should be doing. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sid Tan, and I'm running for City Council with COPE, the Coalition of Progressive Electors. Homelessness is a very serious problem, but I think that when we do this, we should actually ask Gregor Robertson to keep his promise to end homelessness, which he said he was going to do by 2015. But my way of ending homelessness is, including Audrey, the $15 minimum wage. We need to create jobs, and I agree with creating a park or public space where people that are homeless can go to be safe. A shelter is not a home, and I don't think we can count shelters as homes. We need to really get serious about homelessness and not overpromise and underdeliver.
Thank you, gentlemen. That was great. Appreciate that. We'll tabulate your scores now. The winners of the last round that are going through to the next are Mike Hansen, and George Affleck. Okay, and I think that's it for, no, one more. I have no clue. A terrible, terrible host. The three next to join me on stage are Rob McDowell, NPA. Yeah, why don't you invite two Rob? Are there two Rob McDowells running in the NPA party? Okay, Pete Fry. And Suzanne Scott.
Can I request that Keith Higgins come up here, because I don't think you called him yet.
Let's do Keith Higgins.
Yeah. Let's do Keith.
You can be Rob McDowell. Okay.
Yeah, it must be.
Enough with the niceties. Let's go. Come on, don't pretend you like each other.
All right, this is a hypothetical question. Your friend comes up to you. He's been trying to buy a house in Vancouver for some time. He's tried on the west side but failed, where the benchmark price is $2.3 million. He's tried on the east side where the benchmark price is $948,000. His main problem is he makes the Vancouver average full-time worker salary, which is about $68,000. What's your advice to him in that situation? And what do you do about this problem as it affects the whole city?
Am I first?
Yes.
Well, my name is Pete Fry, and I'm running for City Council with the Green Party, and my first bit of advice would be, well, geez, man, get out there and vote on November 15th and fix this problem. You know, it really comes down to the kind of building that we're doing. We're doing all this, you know, condo, pre-sale kind of stuff. We're not doing a lot of the affordable housing that we actually need. Ideas like building wood frame construction up to 4 to 6 stories, which we can do under our BC building code, and it's markedly cheaper. Why we aren't pursuing stuff like that is beyond me. But when we change it up on November 15th, then we can. And I guess with my little bit of extra time, can I rap? Or may I rap? Yeah, my name's Pete Fry. I'm the Green Party guy. You've heard me spoken. You know the system is broken. So get out on the 15th and, well, please. All right. I just wanted the gong to go off. Come on, give me the gong. Please, gong me, yes.
There we go.
Thanks for your question. I would very much like to meet someone in that troubled situation who has a full-time job, who is even thinking about purchasing. I would very much like to be that person's friend. Why not consider this beautiful province and invest in it in, I don't know, Prince George, live as a renter. Why not use the income that you have and diversify it? In my neighborhood, I'm the last normal person to have been able to buy in my neighborhood, and the street has changed over time, and affordability is a certain concern. It's also the change and the tensions around gentrification in certain neighborhoods. So it's a complex concern, and I think that there are many solutions to this. So November 15th is a very crucial time. You'll be voting in all of us for a 4-year term. I am someone who has an open mind and open heart. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks very much. You can grab your seat. We'll announce the winner in 2 seconds. Oh, it's like he doesn't exist.
I do.
He's really a person.
I swear.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, I got the minute here. So, but for starters, to introduce myself, I'm Keith Higgins. I'm running for council with COPE, the Coalition of Progressive Electors. Beautiful looking, diverse slate, of which I am one of 3 members of the middle-aged white guy caucus, which is very small. And what I'm going to start off by, we do have a lot of housing policies, but it's very important for me to bribe the judges.
Oh.
Some limited edition pins.
Very fancy.
Yeah, we have a lot of alternatives in building housing. People can't necessarily get into the housing market because speculation has driven prices so high. And the market itself is not providing things at appropriate rents. So the alternative becomes, how do we intervene and make the public sources build housing? Well, we've got city land. We've got less city land than we used to have, but we can build. We can get money from taxes and CACs.
Thanks, guys. Are there any candidates who we haven't called to stage yet? No. So we're actually back on track. Okay, good. Very good. From the last round, the winner is Rob McDowell going through. Thank you. And Sid Chow-Tan. Okay, so that does wrap up. Thank you, Kathy. That does wrap up the first half. I appreciate it. How's everybody liking it so far? How many of you are going to vote? How many of you like alcohol? I'll buy anyone a drink. If you can find one person in Vancouver who's one of those apathetic, I don't know, I don't vote, it's just a gong show reference. And if you can convince them to go vote with you, pick them up, drive them, convince them just to vote for the lesser of evils or whatever it is you have to do to get them to vote. I'll buy you a drink. Come out with me and we'll go for a drink. It'll be cheap shit. Oh, wait, we don't have cheap alcohol in Vancouver. What are we talking about? The winners are, from this round, Keith Higgins and Pete Fry. So with that, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break. We're going to hear some music. We're going to reset. And we're going to be back after a song and do this again. And then it gets interesting. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on round 2. Round 2 is going to consist of 6 questions, 3 people per round, per question. And you're going to decide who's going through and who's not. And to do that, we're going to, I guess we're just going to keep track. Actually, maybe you can help me. You want to do that?
Yes.
It's very, very easy. I'll show you as we go. You hold it up. That's the number you're interested in. You can reset every time by clicking it.
Okay.
And it'll top out each time. Okay? And then you can reset and do it again. Okay. So let's begin, shall we? Everybody ready? Shall we go back to last candidate standing? Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to all the sponsors, all the volunteers, and especially the candidates and all of you for playing an active role in our city. It gives me great pleasure to be a part of this. I'm really proud that you guys are all here. Kathy, get on your gong. Not on your gong, but beside your gong. Okay. Can I welcome back to the stage, please, Ludwig Skalicki, an independent, RJ Aquino from One City, and Andrea Reimer from Vision, please. RJ, give her a piggyback ride. I dare you. Show vision.
So welcome back. Over the past 6 years, journalists have been raising concerns about how difficult it can be to gain access to interviews or information with the current administration at City Hall. And I'm curious about 2 things. What do you make of those concerns? And what, if anything, should be done to improve transparency at City Hall?
I'm Ludwig Skalicki, running as an independent, and basically dealing with the transparency issues that are happening right now for the media to get information. If I'd get in there, I'd make sure that the transparency would be provided with all the different details of how the money and how the funds are being dispersed and how they're receiving the money. I've been classified as a whistleblower, and basically I don't like corruption, and that's another reason why I'm running for City Council, is to make sure that all the city's information is out to the people that are basically concerned of what's happening within the city. Thank you.
Andrew, you go ahead.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. Sorry, we were trading places when we came up. Definitely, it's been a concern that I've heard expressed from journalists over the last 5 years, I think is really when the new policy came in. It's a struggle for me because I am an elected official. I'm on a governance board. I used to run an organization as an executive director. If my board told me what to do, I would leave that employee fairly quickly, and this was an operational decision. At the same time, I'm a keen open government advocate. One of the first motions that I brought in was the open data policy, which opened up literally hundreds of data sets that had never been available or that you had to pay for before, because there's nothing stupider that as a taxpayer you have to pay for this data to be collected and then pay to access it all over again when you want to get that access. I'm not going to lie, it's been a struggle for me. The FOI policies are a struggle for me, of our staff, but again, as an elected official, can't interfere.
So to give her credit is due is the open data thing has been very, very useful. I know a lot of my peers, a lot of students as well have made great use of this data to learn about the city. And in terms of the transparency in City Hall, I think city officials there's an opportunity here for them to be leaders in terms of being open and transparent and engaging the citizens. And there shouldn't be so many requests for FOIs if there was already an open and transparent process. So again, just in making sure that there is that type of relationship between City Hall and its neighborhoods and its citizens, there really shouldn't be a need for all these FOI requests. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, here we go. This is how this works. You can stay now. I'm going to ask each of you, I'm going to say their names. And go ahead. Come on, we love watching you go. So, Ludwig, RJ, no, switch back. Get in your order. Rookies. Ludwig, Andrea, RJ. Number 1, Ludwig. Okay, stop, it's enough. Okay, Ludwig scored an 87. Did you get it? See how it resets?
Oh, I got it.
Andrea. $87.4. Whoa! I don't know. Out of loud. RJ. $87.7. Andrea and RJ go through. Thanks, Ludwig. Okay. See how that works? It's fun, right? Okay. Here we go. Melissa DiGenova. Back to the stage. Melissa is with NPA. That's why she's sitting with George, I suppose. Rick Orser. Idea, there we go, Rick Orser. And one of the 2 Rob McDowells from NPA. The first Rob. Have at her.
All right, so as we are with the Vancouver Public Space Network here, I'm going to ask you guys a public space question. One block of Robson Street is closed every summer by the Art Gallery to create a public plaza. Should this closure be permanent so Vancouver can have a year-round plaza, and why or why not?
Rick Orser again with Idea Party. And the nice thing about the Idea Party, just to make this short and sweet as well, and relaying on to the fun city aspect of things, this question. Idea Party is not just about my ideas, and it's not just about the party's ideas. It's also about your ideas. That's what the Idea Party stands for. And for this question, you know, I've got opinions on blocking off spaces and making it open. I think it's a nice idea. But I'd really like to hear the voices of the people and have a poll, basically, as to whether certain spaces should be kept that way. That's my opinion on this topic. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I have to lower the mic, I'm pretty short. Melissa DiGenova, running for City Council with NPA, and I think what we have to do really is, and we've talked a lot today about open, transparent public consultation, is take it back to the public. If the public want a plaza there, we need to make sure that happens. But if they don't, then maybe we have to have pop-up plazas in all of our neighborhoods, inviting people to new, awesome places like Chinatown, the Punjabi market, and have plazas everywhere in our city. I really think we have to take the time to consult with people, and that's what the MPA is offering through our city plan. I think that we really need to make sure that Vancouver is fun and has pop-up patios and areas, but we also have to make sure that we're not limiting our restaurateurs or our small businesses through the permit process, and I think that that's so important. So thank you for the question.
My name is Rob McDowell. I'm also running for the MPA for City Council. I'm a huge fan of this use of public space, especially in the summertime when it's beautiful and sunny. I think the one concern with the Robson Street closure, as I think a lot of people have talked about, was the bus service for the seniors down in the West End. So if we can solve that to their satisfaction, I would be very happy with that. I'd also be very happy with the use of the plaza in front on the other side of the art gallery being used a lot more effectively. That needs to be totally reworked. I know the province has come up with a number of plans, and if I was elected to the city council, I would certainly advocate for that to happen. Car-free days are very important in all the neighborhoods. I like those to be expanded. And I think just activating the street, people love these street festivals, and I think we really need to ramp them up. So that's all I have to say. I could rap a little bit for you, but I'm not going to.
Okay. You know what to do?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Melissa. Not bad. 88.3. Rick. $78-ish. Little bit of a dip there, Rick. Rob. $87.4. Rob and Melissa, you're through. Thank you very much. Thanks, Rick. And Rob, no clapping for yourself next time. He's all, woo! I'm not voting for you. Cheater. Anthony Guitar, please join me on stage. Do you play the guitar too? That's pretty cool. He's got the hair and the name. Charisse Kaur-Kaiser, please come back and join us on stage. And Keith Higgins, who is real. He's a real person.
All right. So earlier, the mayor and Vision made some waves with a declaration that they no longer supported whales in captivity. That was pulled back to what some people call the compromise, that they would just stop the breeding program at the aquarium. That didn't stop those waves from becoming a tsunami. The aquarium is now suing the city. So my question for you is, do you support whales in captivity, yes or no, or do you support this compromise? And if you do, tell me exactly how you would stop these whales from doing what comes naturally.
Anthony Guitar, independent for council. I don't support any animal in captivity, and I especially don't support or recommend our whales in captivity.
Charisse? No. Charisse is next.
I've opened my heart to that place in my heart. I can hear a woman to her very essence. This has come alive because when my breasts blossomed, I couldn't cover them up. And I discovered an organic life in my squat reflex, which opens up as many intestinal brains as the brain. The sacred water of life, which has stem cell power. It's your amniotic fluid. And all liquids in your body are sacred and totally empowered. My brain went to 99%, so I experience holographically. And I get to welcome in the age of Aquarius. There's not a soul on earth with an IQ less than 5 billion. But honor your sacred life.
Wow, thanks, Charisse. And I'd like everybody to know I feel exactly the same way about my breasts. They only just started coming in a few years ago, but it was a great moment for me. As far as animals in captivity, what was the question again? We have to have respect for each other as people, and we have to respect animals. Part of our humaneness as a society is how we treat animals, and really to have them performing for us is not humane. It doesn't reflect well on us. So I don't support whales in captivity. I know there are a lot of different opinions on this, but I don't. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Anthony Guitar. $88.2. Charisse Kau-Kaiser. $87.6. And Keith Higgins. Really?
I guess so.
Wow. By a 0.2 margin of a win, Keith and Anthony, you go through. You just barely won. Thank you. Yeah, thanks very much. Okay. And they're falling like flies. We're getting down to it now. This is how they should vote for people into city council. We should just do this. And then at the end of it, ta-da! Gong! Adrian Karp, please come back. Jesse Joel, please come back on stage. Nicholas Chernin, come on, join us. Oh, it's the Daily Double! That's exciting. And our next random, I don't remember the name. Say that again.
One sec, just
Bonnie Y. Where's Bonnie Y? Right up there.
SFU, the theater up on the
There
third
we
floor.
go.
Yeah, how soon?
It's not like I threw
okay,
my back out
great,
yesterday or
thanks.
anything. No. Bonnie?
Call a friend, call a friend.
Here's your question, folks.
Who wants a slice of pizza?
I would do the judges over here.
He has to share. He found it outside, watch it.
I'll do anything for pizza. Sorry.
I did say props were allowed, so we're going to let this slide. But that's dirty. You're playing dirty with dirty pizza. Okay, Bonnie.
Okay, I believe that democracy works best when all eligible voters actually vote, so the election results truly reflect the will of the people. My question is, why do you think voter turnout is so low, and what needs to be done to engage people so that they'll actually get out and vote on voting day or in advance?
Thank you.
Well, I have to say that this kind of a forum does engage people in a unique way, and so I'm assuming there's going to be some people here who will get out to vote that may not have before, and they will take up that free drink if you find someone to go with you. So good job up there. Some of you may know that I actually did a citizens initiative on electoral reform back in 2002, and it was for proportional representation. So I took an initiative all around the province and got 98,165 signatures. I'll never forget that number. And really what it was about is a system of voting where people feel that they can actually see their vote translated into a direct result in terms of electing people that they voted for in a proportional way. In a way, our at-large system here in Vancouver does offer that opportunity. You have 10 votes for council. And in doing so, you can vote for, and nobody's running a full slate. So you can mix up your votes and you really can get a better proportion. So I think that system could be a good one. We just have to get our people out and we have to encourage everyone to get to vote.
Well, this is actually really good because one of the biggest problems we're having right now is that there is no advanced polling in the downtown east side. So when we talk about representation, we talk about more engagement and voter apathy. The biggest problem we have is that we have two giant parties funded to the tune of $4 million who are able to have a tidal wave of advertising and publicity that the others up on stage don't have. So you have good people who are washed out with the noise of bickering back and forth. And the stench that's coming from City Hall is literally from voter apathy because nobody wants the bums in there. They want to throw them out. But how do you get them out when everyone's fed up? One says, we'll do it better than they will. The other one says, we've been doing it well all along. The truth of the matter is, the average person is not heard. So as somebody else had once said, people need to be seen, heard, and understood. Well,
Nicholas Chernin for council at the Cedar Party. I don't think people are getting out to vote because they actually think their vote doesn't matter. And we actually need to give people a reason to vote. And actually, many of my friends here that I've come to know over the last couple of months of campaigning makes me absolutely believe a mixed slate, non-majority government is going to give people a reason to vote. You vote a mixed slate in, and then I know what I will commit to if I'm elected is vote for and bring in electoral reform so we don't have the current situation where 34% of votes were received by the Vision Party and they had 70% of the seats in council. That we can't have. We need a single transferable vote, another system of voting. Thank you.
Well done, you guys. Good job. You did a great job. But now we're gonna destroy one of you. Sorry. Such nice people. Okay.
Pizza.
Pizza. Dirty pizza. That's totally a good idea, though, isn't it? Pizza. Who wants pizza? Vote for me. That's good. Clever.
Hot guy.
Clever.
Hot guy, pizza guy.
Clever. Adrian. Not bad. 87.7. Jesse. 87.8. Nicholas. Okay. Well, I guess that's easy. That's fine. I'm sorry. I'm not really. They voted. It's not my fault. Adrian.
I don't think it sounded right.
Okay. 5-second revote. Ready? Adrian Carr, go. 87.6. No. Jesse, go. 87.8. Go. Jesse. Nicholas. You two are in. You're out.
That's okay. Rick.
Hey, that's democracy. We voted. Even Russell Brand would have been okay with that. Okay, here we go. Mike Hansen, please join us on the stage. Independent. Sid Chowtan, come on with your t-shirt. Coke. Maynard Aubuchon, Stop Party. On the stage, please.
So I'm going to go back to a reference that John made back in the first half when he was talking briefly about Uber. And speaking of things like Uber, Mayor Gregor Robertson has called Vancouver Silicon Valley North. And I'm curious about what you think the city's growing tech sector is going to have in terms of impact on how the city looks and feels.
How do I think the city's growing tech sector? Well, as far as property taxes are concerned, the growing tech sector, I don't know. I'm not like a globally connected person. The tech sector is sort of Vision and Gregor's thing, but the Hoot Street was a bit brutal. We also sued Gregor, then we dropped it. We couldn't get a court date, but still, we're going to increase property taxes for non-pro pot businesses. I don't know, the tech sector, like if you're focused on people with records and people that are ultimately pro pot, I dig the tech sector thing, but pot's worth a lot more. Prostitution, we could turn massage parlors into legal taxation, turn it into money. We'll waive development fees from the ODP to the OOP. You know, I know what I'm talking about. I'm the only mayor with a political science education. Vote for Mayor Maynard. Give me a good applause so I win the last thing. Because I ain't breaking no bad. The serial killer of Manila, but I'm stuck in the middle.
My name is Sid Tan, Sid Chow Tan. Please vote for me. I'm not really that techie savvy. I do Facebook, I do all these things, and I know there's a great burgeoning opportunity for tech jobs here. Probably in the same way that we've been promised to end homelessness here. I think that we need to get to the people that are here and deal with what's going on the ground right now with affordability of housing. I think we need to do with raising the rates, and I really think that if I really got a good chance, I could rap for you too. I'm Sid Chowtan from East Van, formerly out of Saskatchewan. A good time, man.
Mike Hansen, independent candidate for mayor. The tech sector, interesting. What sort of jobs is the tech sector going to bring? High-paying jobs or jobs for those that are going to be making the new $15 an hour minimum wage? Probably not likely those that are making the $15 an hour minimum wage would get a job other than maybe the janitor or someone at the front desk, you know. We have to really look hard at who we're bringing into our city. Like Sid says here, we're going to invite these big businesses into our city and then show them our poverty and our homelessness and our drug addiction. We got some of the worst drug addiction in this country. We got some of the worst child poverty in this country. We got the worst homelessness in this country, and we're talking tech sector? Come on, let's get our priorities straight. Mike for mayor.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Maynard? Yeah. Yeah. Maynard? Mike? And Uncle Sid. You're out. Thanks, guys. Okay. I'm out, he says. I knew it. Oh,
Stop party.
last one.
Hopefully for Prime Minister of Vancouver East also. Thank you. Stop party.
Told you we were going to have some fun. Okay, last batch this round. Last batch this round. Then we crunch this down. Gail, come on up. Gail Gavin from COPE. George Affleck, please join me on the stage from MPA. And last but not least, Pete Fry. Come on back up.
I don't want to be outdone by Higgins, so I have my own buttons for everybody.
You know we're not judging anymore, right?
And me. I'll wear that. I'll rock the Pete Fry pin.
All right, so almost a decade ago, Vancouver was promised a public bike share system. Obviously, that still hasn't happened, and we're trying to get more people out of their cars and walking and cycling, and we still don't have a public bike share system. I'm wondering if you support a bike share system and why, and how you would get it done if you do.
George Affleck, MPA. I've been very vocal about the bike share issue and the cost to taxpayers, but I am supportive of a bike share program. I was the early chair of the Cooperative Auto Network, which became Moto, so I certainly understand sharing. But I think there's new technology that exists out there. In Europe, they're using GPS technology for bikes to be shared throughout the city without having bike stations. The challenge is the bike stations and the real estate they take up, and the fact that it's really challenging to find ways to get these systems in place, and the cost for us is difficult. But the bike share program could really work with the right system in place. Thank you.
Pete Fry, Green Party. I like the idea of bike share, but I'm not necessarily sold on the idea of taxpayers footing the bill, especially if we haven't done the research. So I know we had looked at a system out of Portland, and in fact, I went to Portland and I talked to the chief of staff for Commissioner Dan Saltzman there, and he actually said that Portland won't pay for the bike share. Even though they make it in Portland, they won't pay for it out of the public purse. So I think that there's some logic there. Obviously, as George pointed out, the car share, that kind of opportunity, it works from a private standpoint. So I think there should be some opportunity there to make it work from a private rather than taxpayer funded. Of course, the other issue is bike helmets. Personally, I have experience with brain injuries with a close friend of mine, so I really believe in helmets, and I don't know how we would get around that idea. I do think helmets save lives, and evidence otherwise doesn't convince me.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah. I'm Gail Gavin. I'm running for council and I'm running for COPE. And yes, I support bike share. In fact, I have a 21-speed trike that I would share with people. Seriously, people, I'm not quite sure what the mechanisms are, but I think it's a great idea. In Nice, for example, they use library cards. During the Winter Olympics, the Danish were going to leave all their bikes, but Revenue Canada wouldn't forego the import duty, so they took them all back. That's one place we could have got them. Where will we get them in the future? You know what? We're smart, we're bright. If we want to do it, we'll come up with a way, and it should be cost effective. Vote for me, vote for COPE, vote for me, vote for yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Very good. You ready? Take a breath. One of you is going down. She's cheating. She's trying to do this. Okay. Pete Fry. $87.1.
It went up to point
Get.
4.
It went up to point 4?
Yeah.
87.4.
Wait, guys. I gotta get ready to cheer for myself.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, Gail. $86.9. George. Uh-oh. Sorry, George.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Okay. So that's it for round 2. We're going to reset, and we're going to come back for our final round next, which is of 3.